How's life? How's shit going?
Oh, it's going good, man.
Been boring. Every day's been the same.
Yeah,
It got too repetitive.
It did.
that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, Cube, you need to talk louder. I could barely hear you.
Like with COVID, it's just the same thing all over again. Like same, like it's just the same day.
Yeah.
The only thing that changes is the freaking calendar.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that happens anymore because the world's kind of screwed up. Hey Joe, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're fine to
Yes.
swear. Just no racism, no homophobia, none of that.
Yeah.
Joe, I save all that for never.
And no NSFW stuff, like don't get too sexual.
I'm only sexual with you, but that's off mic.
On Twitch, it's intended for mature audiences, anyways, or at least it should be.
It
Cool.
should be.
That's an important distinction.
I've made an impression to make sure that the streams are labeled as mature content because I know you guys
Yeah.
get kind of stupid sometimes. So do I.
Yeah, stuff happens, man. But yeah, no, I mean nothing really going on. I'm just trying to, same as everyone else, make it through each day.
Yeah, everything's
Best
been
you
the same. Horrible. I haven't even had sports recently.
Man,
Oh, I'm so heartbroken for you.
that's how.
That
Finished.
I know it's so awful, isn't it?
You and your sports ball.
I
I
know.
love sports ball. I love it when you kick a hole in one into the hoop. It's the
don't-
best.
I don't kick anything.
That's the point. That's the joke.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Ooh, hashtag whoosh. Right over her head.
I was like whoosh, oh no.
Jesus.
R/whoosh.
R/whoosh.
Yeah.
Yep. Sarah, if you don't get that, that means that the comment went over your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright.
I
So,
really feel like I'm worse as a person than Charles Manson.
no, yeah, I do.
Why?
Not really, but I mean, yeah. Because you look like him. Like,
Do I really?
I am of, like,
Oh my god.
no, I mean, you look like a dirty hippie Jesus.
It does.
Alright. Like, and here's the thing. I am, out of everyone in here, I would arguably say, I have probably spent more time with you than
Of course.
most everyone in here. I think you and Cube would be the only one that I think would match me in time. But yeah, remember, I've known you for
You've known me since I
a
was young.
long time.
Yeah.
I've known you for a very... Actually, no, I've known you longer than Cube. I've spent more time with you. I've known you for a long time. Mostly because, Andrew, your brother. I love Andrew. Andrew's a dickhead. I love him, though.
Every Gagne is a dickhead, dude.
Yeah, to varying degrees.
It's so funny that all
Like-
three Gagne brothers are working at the same place now. Or
Oh,
at the
it's
same
so
restaurant.
great. Like, I would say that, like, you're the biggest dickhead, then Evan, then Andrew. That's the way that I see it. But then again, like, I can't really judge Evan. I don't know Evan that well. I've had a few conversations with him. I'm taking everything I've heard from you and Andrew and judging that. Like, Evan seems cool. I've played
I
Call
was
of
gonna
Duty
say
with
for a
him
second,
once.
Fire dude, I love your comments. Just came in there, spammed a bunch of dumb shit like, I like this Cody podcast. I support this. This is great. Yeah, go.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. It's very important to me.
Chimburger.
Jeez, stop.
I told Cube you hang out with them too much. Like Cube's starting to wear off on that.
Yeah.
where He's just like
I
he
was-
just says,
I was playing Minecraft with Cube, and he was just making the noises.
oh jeez. Is he
Oh,
trying to-
Crows is an audience.
It just
Oh,
sticks
hello.
to you,
Would you like to speak,
like
Crows?
it-
If you do want to speak, you can just throw up the hand thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can see if you want to.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel like COVID can suck a fat one. Alright, I'm sick of it.
Yes, poggers indeed.
Like, and at least in my experience, like, it hasn't been that bad for me, at least. Like,
It's a shit show.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it
I
has-
feel like
it has its moments. Like, we haven't, like, at work, we haven't really slowed down at all.
Yeah.
Our owner is operated on the very, very simple principle: you're gonna have to lock him up to get him to stop, doing his business.
Hmm.
And so we've kind of just functioned off of that for a year, and it's had its moments of, good times, bad times. Everyone else is going through their own stuff.
Yeah. I only got into culinary because of COVID. Before, I was just working for Mr. C's, and as you know, that was like the easiest job in the world. So I kind of missed that. But
Is
at the
his-
same time, yeah, he's still running it. It's just like he's open
Okay,
like
good.
Mondays and Thursdays with his like daughter. I don't know.
All right, because I know Alex is not working there anymore. He's at I think Tractor Supply is where he told me.
Yeah, that's the thing that hurts me the most is that Alex, like me and him, just stopped talking for some reason. You know.
I mean, like, it's easy to fall out of like touch. Like a lot. This is a good segue into a subject. Like everyone when you're younger and you got Joe, are me and you the only ones over the age of 18 in this call right now?
I think for the most part, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I
then.
think
Okay.
Heroes like 19.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm 19, don't forget that.
Yeah,
Oh, Heroes
19.
I
19.
never I knew you were close. I never actually knew like how old you were. Hero. I'm happy to know that. I didn't. I never knew. And like all the times that we've played D&D together.
All right, Fire Dude.
All the
if you
fun
say,
times-
If you say Berber or if you say fucking like, you're not gonna be in here. I had it in.
Yo, Berber.
No,
Wow.
gone,
That was-
gone.
The boot
Wrong.
was so quick.
They kicked
The
you.
boot was
I think
so
that was why they
quick.
kicked him.
Dude,
Oh, here it is.
Dude. what is happening?
You know,
Alright.
as soon as he started going, yo, then
Oh, hi, Brennan. How are you, man?
Yeah.
oh, Brandon's here.
What's up, Brandon?
Brady, you work at Little Caesars, right?
He's dead.
He's
He-
working.
he was-
I don't
he
know.
was-
If
I
you
am
can,
here, yes.
Alright,
There he is.
okay, cool,
I'm on break right now.
Oh, cool.
nice. But like, all right,
I have
so
1% on my phone. Hold on. This will be pretty far together, right?
all right, but like, here's the thing: something you learn when you grow up. It's the world's tough. Like, sometimes it really does suck. Two, and to talk about like Joe's point of like him and Joe and I know each other in real life, and we have a buddy named Alex, who we both dearly love. Alex is one of like the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. He's one of the most solid dudes that I know. I don't talk to Alex that much either, but it's really easy to fall out of touch with people like when you don't see them all the time. In my mind and in my heart, I legitimately thought when I graduated high school, I was going to stay in contact with everybody I knew. Like everybody. But you know what you don't do? Stay in contact with people.
Yeah.
Because they'll move all across the state you live in. Some of them even leave the state. Some people just, don't go to college because it's not for them. Other people, go down paths that you can't follow because, sometimes life kicks them in the shin and it's hard to get back up.
I am
There's all these like preconceived notions that like your friends will always stay the same, and sometimes, they're like a revolving door, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It
It's
hurts
just
when, like,
sometimes
really
life
close
has
friends
other-
fucking just disappear. I think Alex was kind of already sort of antisocial to some degree, anyways. So when COVID happened, you couldn't like really transition into like being on Discord and stuff, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, and like he just doesn't want to do it, and I respect him for
Also,
that.
I
Like
think-
he's
He's like getting married now, so he's got bigger things on his mind, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, he's got, it's like you said, and I'm happy for him, man. Him and Maddie have been together for a while. It's great, but like, and the same thing. I don't talk to Andrew or any of the guys that much anymore either. Like, I like we have our group chat
Mhm.
that we talk in, but like, that's one of the things about like the fishing that I think Andrew and Tommy had their heart set on. It's like this would be something that would, keep us together as a group, but it's tough. Like when you're an adult, you've got responsibilities to, your job, your family. You're trying to swing as much time as you can with those who you truly care about. Like with me, my family is my number one priority, and like I'm home a lot, but I don't get to like, sit down with all four of like the people in my house and just have time to just relax and hang out. Like we're all so busy.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's kind of
tough.
that's kind of also a side effect of COVID too. I think everyone's more busy now. Like time doesn't feel. I don't think we have as much free time as we used to. It's some kind of weird way.
Oh,
That is,
God.
yeah.
I mean,
A lot of jobs are working us to death.
there is a lot of good sides to COVID though. Like it's shown a lot of people that like some jobs you don't need to be in person for. Some things, like I would say, one of the best things that happened, at least with me, for COVID, was like D&D. D&D being able to like transition over to Discord has been a godsend in my mind, because like one, it opens the door for people like Hero who are in a different country from us to play. It opens the door for like people like Sarah who different state than us. She can join in if she just wants to hang out and listen. That's fine. If she wants to play, she can play. It's cool. And also, like, Joe can attest to this. We tried for a long time when our buddy Keegan joined the army to make it work with him and like over Discord have him call in. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a headache. We had maybe out of like 15 sessions, one good one where everything worked out. And it took so much to get that together. And it was a headache.
Yeah.
But I try, at least in my life, to find a glass half full in everything, because a lifetime is a long time to be miserable.
We're trying to see if Fire Dude will not say Berber.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't say
Hello,
don't
Fire
say
Dude.
Berber, don't say Paul.
Hi, Fire Dude.
No, you're just tempting me.
It's like you're setting
Also-
him up for failure.
I am a little bit, but at the same time, our brains have like been deep fried because of him.
Yeah.
That's your fault, not mine.
Cubes is getting deep fried from him.
Right?
Not my fault.
Nah. Yeah, it's not his fault. Like I just get saying stuff that people.
It's
use
gonna
on me.
spread like a virus, like COVID.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm correct. Yo.
Everyone's gonna be
He
going,
is
"Hum, hum, hum, hum."
he is social. So what I'm hearing is that he's social coronavirus.
Social coronavirus.
It
Yeah,
just-
I'm the complete opposite of social immune.
pretty much, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, is there anything that's like pressing on our minds, like things that you really want to talk about? It could be anyone, Hero, Sarah, anything on your mind?
I got stuff that I want to
I
talk
mean,
about, but I don't think.
I kind of wanna see your views on just God. Like, how do you view him?
Politics.
Who are you asking?
Everyone. Just how do you view God?
Like okay,
We should-
just
we
like
should-
God or like other religion like aspects of stuff.
Just God. Just I
Do you
mean,
believe
I
in
guess.
higher belief, like,
Yeah.
We should have like everyone
Like-
take a turn just to explain in brief summary. Like, everyone has like 3 minutes just to kind of do a brief sort of general vague idea of like what they believe in.
Yeah.
So I guess we can start with Fire Dude. Your views?
Fire dude. He said it. He said it.
Did he say it?
Berber question mark.
Okay, kick him out.
Oh God, leave. Berber.
Goodbye. Jared, then we'll go with you.
Yeah, no, I 100% believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I think that, like, some stuff, no matter what we personally think, there are too many indiscrepancies with stuff. And, like, it's just, there's something cathartic about a belief in a higher power. Like, some stuff is just unexplainable. And you have to, like, kind of kick back to your faith. And plus, like, the main issue with like the church, in my opinion, just as in general, with most religions, is there's a human element. And as much as I love humanity, there is a compensity in everyone to do very dumb things. So for me, like, having a higher power in my life has helped, like, guide me through stuff that, like, normally would cause me to, like, just flip out and lose my mind. Like, there's something good about having this, like, albeit invisible entity that you can kind of, take a moment, say a prayer, clear your head, meditate on, like, your beliefs in scripture, and it gives you, like, a little bit of, like, a shining light in sometimes an otherwise dim world.
Yeah. Okay. What about Sarah?
I'm skipping on this one.
Skipping on this one, that's fine. Brandon, what about you?
Like Jared said, I also believe in that there is a higher.
You're breaking
Oh.
up.
I believe in what the scripture says about. I just believe in like what the Bible says usually, and yeah.
Okay, well then we'll go with Hero. What are your views on religion and a belief of a higher power?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
believe that there is a God. Yeah,
And then
there is like one
uh,
God, and that God like he doesn't have a son or a father.
the belief
He's
that
the absolute
so you're-
power
you
that
get
controls
saved.
the world.
You're
Okay,
fairly
two people
modern.
are talking at once.
Yeah.
Not like
Brandon, we can't hear you and you're breaking up.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Oh, he's gone.
I think his internet's bad where he's at. I don't know.
Oh, he's an audience.
Well, I guess just finish what you're saying, Hero, I guess. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't have pretty good Wi-Fi here, but I was saying you have to get saved to go to heaven, and not by like good works or like being baptized or whatever. Like that's my belief.
So you're like a non-denominational Christian, perhaps? You believe in the spirituality
Strictly
of
a
it?
Baptist.
Oh, Baptist, okay.
Yeah.
And let's go back to Hero. Hero, you were saying?
I was saying like I do believe that God exists.
So you'd say you're atheist then?
No, I'm a Muslim.
Or you're Muslim? So,
Yeah, we believe like there is only one God, and that God doesn't have like a father or a son. Like
it's more
Jesus,
of like more of like a sort of abstract thing that's like just there. That's like all powerful and it's there, but it's not like some kind of human.
yeah,
Okay, that's an
Gotcha.
interesting take because I feel like, at least in some sense, that might make more sense for something that is omnipotent, omniscient, and all powerful to take that kind of form. But my views on religion, I guess I would say I'm on a good day agnostic, on a bad day atheist. For me, I was raised in like a super Christian household, like Georgia Southern Bible Belt, like the whole thing. My family came from the
Yeah.
north, but they came down to the south and they turned really religious, and I think that might give some sort of bias for me to like regret it and hate it and sort of like despise it more. But at the same time, with my own sort of research and my own sort of feelings about it, my sort of development of how I think about things, I just feel like the most honest thing that anyone can say about that is that we don't know, and I don't think we will ever know. And there's no guarantee that anyone's right, no matter what they say, no matter who they're, preaching to. I don't think that you can trust the word of a human. They say that they died, went to heaven, came back. I just can't believe that stuff. And the Bible itself and most of those books, most religious books, and I'll just say most religion in general for me, sort of might have some good points as far as like morality goes, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of the ideas are kind of outdated and archaic, and I feel like religion's done a lot of bad, some good, but also a lot of bad. And I guess that's for the most part how I feel about it.
To kind of like piggyback onto like your particular like statement, Joe, all of that has nothing to do with the beliefs. What it has to do is with the human element. They're like, all right, so just a little bit of background on me. My father is a highly educated pastor. My dad has 2 degrees. He has a doctorate and a master's. His doctorate and is a thing called religious studies, and his master's is in apologetics, which is like he studies different religions and he works on how to defend his own faith. From the age of 8 years old, I have been lectured, I have been quizzed, and like he's one of the reasons why I'm such an inquisitive person. And the best thing he ever did for me, never in my life did he try to force his beliefs on me. What he did was just lay it out. And like I asked him one day when I was like probably 11, I was like, well, what if we ever find out that like, an inherent like proof that like what we believe is wrong? He's like, well, then we'll change. My dad's like, for his, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this, because my dad's not a dumb person. He is very country. But my dad is, like, in the things that he's passionate about, he's very intelligent. Anything else, much like myself, if he just doesn't like it, he's not going to put his energy into it. But, so, like, from a young age, I have been lectured on how to defend my faith. And I'm a huge history buff. And what really all that boils down to, like when you look at things like the Crusade, that boils down to 2 things. Inherently within the religion of Christianity, there is this belief that inherently everybody is born with a sin nature. And I believe that. Everybody has the propensity for evil. Anybody that is born and breathes has the ability to do things that are not good. And a lot of people like have a predatory mindset. They will see something like a religion and see people who, not necessarily unintelligent, but like more like likely to believe things. Gullible is not really the right word. I can't really think of anything. Another like fun fact, I am really into like researching cults. I don't know why. It started when I was like probably 15, when I first really learned about like the Branch Davidians and Charles Manson, and like I got weirdly into like researching serial killers because I've always wondered, what does it take for a human to take another life? But like one of the things I've learned, especially with oh my god, what are they called? Heaven's Gate. That's what it is. There was a like in the 90s, there was a cult from like the 70s up until the 90s called Heaven's Gate. They essentially their beliefs were kind of like more akin to a twisting of the Christian faith, and eventually it led to a bunch of their members tragically taking their own life.
I think it was like some weird shit. Like they thought that they were gonna get scooped up by aliens sent by Jesus.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they all
Like
killed
they
themselves.
believed that that like the world was coming to an end because of the immorality of man, and that like there was a meteor that was going to come by and swoop up their souls and take them on to heaven. Like I know I've read books on it, a whole lot, but like I've watched a bunch of documentaries on it, and one of the things that has always fascinated me is people that were really into researching it. You look at like the members of Heaven's Gate, a lot of them were very, very well educated people. In fact, a lot of cults have people that are very intelligent. You would think that it's mostly like the uneducated and gullible people. A lot of these people were just highly educated people, but they were yearning for something to fill a hole in their life. And that I wholeheartedly believe,
I feel like
to a certain extent, is something that I think that happens even in today's age.
you broke up there. I couldn't hear you.
Like I am
Yeah,
not a
you
big
cut
fan
off.
of televangelists. Like televangelists, like the pastors on the TV. I think that a good 90% of them are in it for one thing and one thing only, and that's money.
That's it. Yeah.
Money and power. and that hurts more people than it helps.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly, I believe, like specifically on like the Crusades, though, a lot of what happened was a misunderstanding of like belief system.
I think the Crusades more or less was a political move and also like desperation.
Oh, well, to a
because
certain extent, yes, it was.
a lot of it was,
But, like-
it was basically like using an excuse to go to war. I think that was one of the main things. It was.
It's not only that though. Like they had a belief that.
and all that shit. They split up the Roman.
Well, I mean,
Empire.
I'll even go a step further. I think a lot of it was just misunderstanding what was laid in front of them. I don't think they had enough evidence to fully grasp. Maybe they did, but I don't think they had enough like knowledge to fully grasp like what was
I think genocide and war at that time was very common.
presented to them, and it was a misunderstanding. Like, read like things about the Crusades that have just made me like really, really just irritated because you have moments. Hold on one second, I gotta.
I think religion in general, to some degree, can open the pathways for what's called ideology, and that's something I kind of despise, where you have a set of principles and you strictly adhere to them. It's very dogmatic, and it doesn't allow itself to change and adapt to the world around it, which the world and the universe itself is incredibly chaotic. So when you have something that's like very strict rules that are put in place, you end up getting outdated in your beliefs because you end up having.
Well, I
this-
mean, and yes, to a certain extent, but there's nothing wrong with like some hearted believer in the idea of understanding what you believe.
Yeah.
And like I'll be the first to tell you, if I don't know something, I have no idea. Like I'll be the first to tell you, all right? I do not know something. All right? Like even with stuff that I know, like I am a really, really big fan of like medieval times, and I love the Roman Empire. I've always found like Roman Empire and like the idea of this gargantuan nation of the time ruling the entire continent of Europe and a good part of Asia. It's always been an interesting thing, especially if you think about somebody like Julius Caesar. Like we've always been taught, at least I was, for a long time, I thought Julius Caesar was this maniacal dictator that ruled like a modern style dictator, like somebody like Mussolini.
He was more of a
like-
a bureaucrat that kind of.
Oh yeah, and the only reason he did what he wholeheartedly thought was right. And as time goes on, if you ever want to know a little bit more about him, there's a really good Netflix documentary about the Caesars. I'll try to pull it up and think about it. But he took power only because that was genuinely what he thought needed to be done. It wasn't anything maniacal. He wholeheartedly believed that like he was going to drive Rome into a more republic style thing, and he wasn't ever planning on like holding the power forever. He saw a need, and he kind of just stuck with it. I gotta be honest with you, I
You're saying you idolize.
to a certain extent
You idolize him. Is that what you're saying?
I don't idolize him. I'm very fascinated by him.
I'm kind of curious.
I don't.
What's the Muslim perspective on the Crusades and what happened during that sort of time period?
It's called Roman Empire. Netflix, by the way.
Here, are you there?
Yes.
What's the Muslim perspective? At least like a general sort of vague idea. What's the perspective for the Muslims when that happened?
I'm not sure about that, but our religion strikes for peace. That's what's that's what's the meaning of Islam. If you use like Google traduction, you'll find that Islam means peace. And so, in our book, the Quran, there are some certain rules that help us prevents any like misbehavior and some sort of that stuff. And it also believes that other religions like Christianity and other stuff, they do exist and they were right to some sort of extent. But because of some unfortunate events, the Bible and those books were written by the people who didn't believe in God. So those books became like book full of lies. That's why Islam born. We correct people and show them the correct way for ideology and some stuff. We do believe in Jesus, but we don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, because that is wrong.
That's where the Abrahamic religion sort of split, was with Jesus and that whole thing. So
Yeah,
I
you
feel like-
have like the Jews who
You broke up there.
don't fit, and Christians who believe of him as God. And
I
that's
couldn't hear
another
you at
thing
all.
is like, do what?
I couldn't hear you at all.
Hold on, I may have to switch mics. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
They believe because Jesus, like, he was born from a woman that didn't have sex with anyone.
Yeah, I mean, like that. Essentially, in the Christian perspective, Jesus was the so-called last sacrifice. So, pre-crucifixion, within the eyes of the Christian church, like, you know, you would get a lamb that was completely without blemish. So if there was even like a small black speck on a lamb or a sheep, they would not use it. Instead, like the idea is it had to be, you know, like your gift to God had to be one of purity and one of humility. So it was a huge thing within the Jewish faith at that time, and then like during the period of the Roman, like I think he was crucified. Augustus was Caesar, but so essentially, I'm if I stop talking in the middle, I'm reading a text from my manager from work. I apologize. But essentially, like the thought process of Christianity, we view Jesus as the last sacrifice. So the sacrifice to end all sacrifices. And it is an act of pure peace and love that he died for all of man's sins to be the final arbitration of our sins, like final sacrifice, so to say. And in doing so, there was a shift within the faith away from more of like the traditional Jewish way of thinking to what would become Christianity. Then, you know, we break down like of the 3 different sons of Abraham and stuff like that. All right, hold on, let me switch mics real quick.
So, for the most part, for me, religion has just been sort of this very confusing and twisted and sort of mangled thing that I don't feel like, me personally, I don't feel like I need it. But for, you know, whoever does feel like they need it, and if it has helped you, then by all means, believe what you want. But I think that there are some lessons that can be taken from it, but I don't think that the Bible should be our source of morality or code, because there are some pretty dogmatic and archaic beliefs in there, such as, you know, women not being allowed to, you know, show themselves, women, you know, being secondary in the eyes of God, you know, things of that nature.
Well, and it's more than just like the idea of a woman being secondary in the eyes of God. Like part of that comes from, all right, so before I do this, I want to explain what I mean. So there's this term that is used in the Christian faith called legalism. And what that means is, instead of like leaning more heavily towards the word of God as Christians, people sometimes in the church shift away from this idea and move on to more of a traditional way of thinking. Case in point, I've personally heard, like, as a pastor's kid, you gotta understand, even within my own church, every church that I've been to, we as pastors' kids, like me and my sister, we hear the things that happen. Like, if there's a problem in the church, my dad has always come to us, like, ever since I was probably 13. He's told us, like, look, there may be times in which you hear things about me and your mother, and especially about me, you are not allowed to react. If I find out you're reacting, you're gonna get it. He did that because because like he can handle it. He's been doing this for a long time. My dad, God bless the man, is very, very strong-willed. My dad does not play in certain, but like Joe's met my dad. My dad's really chill as far as like a person goes, but like when it comes to his faith, he's very, very rock solid in it, and he takes it very seriously. I think there are a lot of people. This is all my personal opinion. There are a lot of people that play church and don't fully understand what church is meant to do.
Yeah.
True.
And like within like the legalistic idea of Christianity, a lot of times people will let their own oral traditions and their own like, way of thinking get in the way of actually doing what's right. Like it. So like when my dad was working on his first degree at the Bible college he was studying at, he was in a class with the president of the college, and the president and my dad, they're friends because my dad taught with him for years. And he was sitting there talking to a class, and one of the guys got up really proud, and he was like, yeah, my church saved 1,000 people last Sunday. And the president of the Bible college looked him in the eye and says, so, why are liquor stores still a thing? Why are there people out there hungry? Why are, there's still violence in the streets of, like, this nation? If your people truly have God in their heart, why are there still people doing vile things? Like, the dude sat down and he didn't talk after the rest of the class. But it's a good point. A lot of people get this idea of what it means to be a Christian. And one of the worst things that has ever happened to the church, members of the church. And that sounds really counterproductive, doesn't it? But I want to clarify this statement. What I mean by that is, like I said, a lot of people get this kind of idea and these thought processes of the way things should be, because this is what us in this church have always done. This is what we're going to do.
I think a lot of people in general will just sort of go to church just to go to church. Like, it's just sort of.
Oh
like
yeah, I
thing.
do.
Yeah.
I sit down. I do our sound system. So I sit in the back of the church.
They'll show up. They'll give a little money, hoping that they might, get quote unquote God's blessing, and then they'll go home and they'll eat some food. It's very lackadaisical. It's very like, it's more or less like going to a ball game now. It's like that's what it is for most people.
The problem is like people only remember God or something.
Oh, what just happened?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Someone disconnected and it fucked up.
People only remember God when like their life is getting fucked up or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like my dad always says that like for some people God is a crutch or like a spare tire.
Yeah.
And you'll use him for whenever you really need something, like something bad's going on.
And the problem is, even if they got what they want, they don't thank God for that. Like they did their efforts. Yes, true. You did some efforts, but so you need to thank God because He give you the thing that you needed. Because there is a chance that even if you did effort, he could have wanted not to give it to you, and said no.
And I mean, I am a firm believer in prayer. Like, and I have to catch myself because sometimes my mind, I'm super ADHD. And I'll be the first to tell you, I am not a good representation of the church. Like, I will say stuff and it's really, really messed up, but I do it for more of a comedical effect, and I'm trying to work on myself with that. I I am a wholehearted believer in in the principles of Christianity. I believe, except for Joe Gagne, everybody should be treated equal.
Haha.
Joe shouldn't, because Joe's a terrible person.
Am I-
But that's because I've known Joe for.
I can't believe this is how I'm being treated. Everyone but you. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
It's like Hitler too, but
Yeah.
not me.
Okay, sorry, my mic. Oh, I was saying everybody should be treated equal, but Joe, because Joe's a terrible
I should
person.
be treated even better. How about that? No,
I think you're just like worse, and I don't like you.
that's all right.
You real like much like your name. You smell funky.
The problem with
Cool.
treating people equally is that it's impossible to achieve. You
Oh,
can
yeah, I
come
mean-
closer to it, but it's impossible to achieve it at its fullest.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and like there's this idea. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I wholeheartedly am one of the people that believes you should judge somebody. I believe judging people is very important, but you need to do it intelligently. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is when I work in retail, right? I see people walk in all the time, and I can tell you within about 30 seconds of a conversation or whether I trust you as a person or not. And that sometimes that changes. Like I've met customers that at first I got like bad vibes from them, and like I did not feel comfortable like working with them, and I had a lot of issues. But I get to know them, and they're really nice people. Sometimes we got to get out of our own way. And like, to kind of pivot a little bit away from this idea of religion, I just think wholeheartedly Joe's a terrible person. So,
Oh my god.
I'm really coming for you tonight. I do love you though. I wanted to know, like, anybody that like listens to this and doesn't know mine and Joe's relationship, I've known Joe for a very, very long time. I've seen Joe in his worst moments and I've seen him in his best, and I cannot tell you at how proud of you I am. Like
My dad.
I wholeheartedly think you're the biggest dickhead in my life, but I do love you.
Uh-huh.
Like I've had a lot of fun times with you,
Thanks, Dad.
and
Let's go play some
Complicated
you're-
relation.
Joe's a sweet kid, but Joe's also like part of like one of the times I've got to like remember that you're not the same little Gagne dude that I knew like 6 years ago
Yeah.
when you had your incident, and like that whole situation was like secondhand from Andrew's perspective was very interesting.
How did Andrew react to that?
Andrew was like, "Oh my god, this kid's a fucking idiot." And we were talking about it, and we're like, "What the hell did he do?" And Andrew told us the whole story, and he's like, "Oh my god, Joe's such a fucking moron. I can't believe he would do this. He's such an idiot." And then I heard your perspective, and you're like, "Yeah, that was really dumb. I was an idiot." And I was like, "Yes, Andrew got it right."
Yeah.
But like the whole situation was really.
It was interesting. I was in a different sort of mindset at that point. I was
I loved Joe. I loved old Joe. Old Joe. But when you were younger, like pre you graduating, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple moments where I wanted to like just hit you in the mouth with a brick, because you were just like you were like up until you graduated, you were always Andrew's annoying little brother that we would hang out with sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And then I got to know you, and I was like, okay, Joe is not that bad. You don't want to strangle Joe. I have to ask myself that sometimes. Like, you don't want to strangle Joe. You like Joe. Joe's your friend.
You have to tell yourself that over and over again.
Sometimes. Like, sometimes you'll do stuff.
Oh my god.
Like,
It's been a while since
it's
Sarah
honestly
talked.
what it
Let's-
is.
Let's give Sarah a chance to talk if she wants to say anything. We've been kind of going on about religion for quite a bit.
Yeah, I wanted to pivot away from it. Hey, Sarah, what's your
You broke up. I couldn't hear you.
Favorite sport you play? Yeah, that's my favorite sport you play too.
No, I didn't hear it.
I said, what's your favorite sport that you play?
Probably basketball or
And
wrestling.
Do you watch basketball on the television?
Every now and then.
Who's your favorite team?
Probably it's probably on the WNBA and it's Seattle Storm.
Okay.
Because Stu Bird, I love Stu Bird.
1 second.
That's cool.
I'll be right back.
What?
Oh, well there's fire, dude.
Yeah, on a lighter note, can I just talk to you, Hero, about like how terrifying Owen's campaign actually is? Like,
I 100% agree with you.
he is, without a doubt, the most sadistic person I've ever met in my life. And I love it. So, me and Keegan were texting. For those that don't know, our buddy Owen, who's Captain Redbeard, runs a D&D campaign. And he is, like, one of... I would say, like, of the DMs that I've played with, he is one of the most scary people I've ever been in a campaign with. Because he's got, like, this weird perspective that I can never track. Kind of like Hero. I am so pumped for your campaign because I know how you are as a player, and you as a DM is going to, like, I have a feeling you're going to wreck me, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. But
Fun fact, I just
I'll
finished the
sit there
campaign.
sometimes and I'll watch, like, the way Owen's, like, mind works. And me and Keegan were talking about this, I think it was Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Keegan texted me something about, like, the town guards. And I was like, no, like, it's his campaign, and I like the way he's doing it. And I just love the fact that he's doing something that a lot of new DMs don't do. He's not micromanaging. He gives you enough rope, and when you inevitably hang yourself, it's not his fault. It's all on you.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. Just absolutely horrendous. But, yeah. You like the UFC, Sarah?
Do I like UFC? I didn't hear you.
Yes. Yes.
Oh god, everything's dead on my end.
What?
Sarah, do you like the
Jared's dying. That's it. Jared's dying.
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. My
He's
thing
back.
died.
Sarah, do you like
Do you like the, I didn't hear your, like, answer.
No, I thought I asked if you were asking me.
Yeah. You like the UFC?
I like it. Well, at first I wanted to become more like into it as a sport because I used to do it like a year ago, and then I kind of just lost interest in it and I dropped it.
Fair enough. Fun fact about me. I love it, and I don't know, like, I don't have. I used to do, like, I guess it was because when I was younger, I was really, really into karate, and then kind of like with you and MMA, I just fell out of it. Like, it was one of those things where, like, gradually it just started to become less fun and more of a burden
Yeah.
to, like, do. I fell out of love with it. But I don't know. I love watching it though. Me watching sports, I'm super ADHD,
Hello.
and so, like, I like playing sports. I just hate watching them. Like,
Yeah.
case in
Same.
point, I think, like, I enjoy playing golf. I will never, in the entirety of my existence, watch a PGA game or match
Yeah, it's
because
boring.
and my dad's like, oh, when you really get into it, bud, you'll like it. You just wait. I'm like, no, I know myself well enough to, no, I'm gonna hate it because I do. It's a stupid sport to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun as crap to play, but it's a stupid sport to watch. Paint drying is more entertaining than watching the PGA.
Yeah.
I told that to my dad, and he's like, "Oh, you're just young and dumb." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. Shut up, old man."
If you watch golf, you literally have nothing better to do with your time.
Well, you know what my dad watches golf for? A good nap.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why. Yeah, that's what it is. It's better than NyQuil, baby. It'll put you out.
Sarah, you got sleep issues? Watch golf.
Yeah,
Talking
dude.
about golf.
She might get
You got
into
some
golfing
insomnia?
instead.
All I'm thinking of the Wii Sports.
Wii Sports Golf is cool.
I loved Wii Sports boxing.
Wii Sports in general is just cool.
It's. I want
Yeah.
to play Wii Sports on
The-
stream one day.
I,
It'd be
I
great.
still have like one of the Wiis that you played on.
Yeah, I guess you can argue like golf is very boring, but you can say that about like almost every other sport.
Yeah, I mean,
Golf
all-
is pretty boring.
For me, sports in general has always been kind of boring, except for like maybe like a Super Bowl. That's kind of exciting because everyone's getting like really pumped up. Hockey has been kind of like the only sport I actually would care about, but even then, like I barely watch it.
yeah, which,
Only
like,
reason is because hockey,
that's-
people would fight and like break teeth. Like that's really irritating.
I
MMA
mean,
and- MMA
you're
and
not
UFC
wrong,
too.
big dog. You're not wrong.
MMA and UFC was big for me too, but like
It still is for me.
sports with like balls and like shit that you're running around with, it's just kind of boring to me.
I need some action in my life, dog.
I want to see some
Eh.
combat sports.
To be honest with you, I was I had things worked out a little bit
Hello?
He died.
I would have bought the McGregor Poirier 3 fight. That man's ankle is just wrecked, and it is so bad. Nah, he'll bounce back. Like that's the thing. Conor McGregor, I think, is
He's
like
honestly probably gonna retire off that, dude.
probably.
He's made a shit ton of money. He's got his own whiskey now. He's gonna retire off that, honestly.
I mean, he sold a lot of his shares in a lot of the companies.
Yeah, he's about to retire, dude.
I mean, the man's got enough money. He can rest the rest of his life. He don't need to do anything.
He's not the type of fighter that can have a really like long career like someone like Mayweather, because Mayweather fights really intelligently. Mayweather, his whole thing was, I'm never gonna get hit. Like, you're not gonna touch me. Like, maybe he's gotten hit like 3 times, and only like 1 of those or 2 of those times he stumbled, and that's it. So his head is fine. He's sharp as like a tack, and his body is perfectly fine. Like, he's like 50 years old or some shit now. I don't even know. Like 40s, 50s.
Which fight are you talking about?
Floyd
Mayweather?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yeah, Mayweather, and I'll stand by this until the day I die. Floyd Mayweather is emphatically the best defensive of all time. He is the best defensive boxer. Will fight you tooth and nail on that. There's nobody that gets hit less than him. And people say he's boring to watch. I disagree. I think the intricacies of what he does
Yeah.
is like really, really cool to me.
Mhm.
Now I
It's not the most entertaining for sure, but it's very intelligent. It's like very methodical and planned out.
oh my god.
Your signal is really doo-doo right now.
Yeah, I know why. I need to go. I'll go fix it. But like what I was saying is like Floyd Mayweather, nobody gets hit. Well, Floyd, all right, he's the best.
Yeah. I'd like to get more into sort of UFC again, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Just like, there's so much shit nowadays to like do and watch that a lot of it just feels like such a waste of time.
I get it, but it's the only sport I've ever really been into, and I've been that way since I was, oh god, probably 13 is when I got into the UFC. But I wasn't hardcore into it until I graduated high school. Like I was like Chuck Liddell,
I don't think I'd
but
ever,
I swear,
I don't think I'd ever buy like a pay-per-view, but I'd always
I will.
watch like I would always watch like the fights afterwards. I think if you pay for pay-per-view, that's kind of a chump move. That's way too
Nah,
much money
dog.
just to watch one thing once.
let me tell you something. I will pay for it every time. You want to know why? I'm a lover of the sport. I don't care.
If you get the
That's
money,
like my thing.
then go for it.
Yeah, which I do, and I I get it. Like I agree to a certain extent, but I mean, hell, man, it's a fun sport to watch.
I think there's
And
better
it's
services nowadays, like with HBO. I think they do like a $7 monthly thing, and you can watch whatever pay-per-views.
yeah. Which I mean, there's only one really big sport event coming up that I want to see. That I'm legitimately jonesing to watch.
Yeah.
And that's the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight.
Ooh,
That's the next big boxing match that I give a damn about.
sounds like it'd be good.
But dude, it's gonna be great. It's their third fight, and you know, Hero, you being like from a predominantly like Muslim country, what are your thoughts on someone like Habib Nurmagomedov? You like him? You a big UFC guy?
I'm not sure. I don't think. Well, I don't like him as a person. I just don't like watching him.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. Okay, so New
He's from
Jersey all day.
Kazakhstan, so that place is rough. That's like a
Oh yeah,
rough
you got
country.
two options in Kazakhstan. You either like, and I've heard, I don't know who it was made the joke, but you got two options. You either become a gangster or a fighter. That's it. The coolest thing about Habib, though, and the like, one of the things that I really, really respect him on is the man said that he was going to quit when his dad passed. And like, or when like, he was already planning to retire. His dad passed away, and he said, "I'm never stepping foot back into a ring without my dad."
Yeah.
And I respect that. Like that, a lot of dedication. It was his corner man, and the man, you know, undefeated. So I don't blame him. Go out while you're on the top.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I'll be right
no,
back.
it's fine. So Sarah, let me ask you another question. All right,
What's up?
you're more of a WNBA or NBA fan?
Okay. I'm a fan of both, but I don't know. I just like both really, and that's just kind of it, you know. I don't obsess over them every single day. I don't obsess over one over more, you
Okay.
know. And that's just kind of it.
Yeah, like the only sport I really obsess over is MMA. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's essentially it. Like I don't, to be honest with you, I don't really have like one particular like sport that I'm just all about. I do wholeheartedly believe in I do wholeheartedly believe that like MMA is my favorite sport. I think it's the best for me. Just because there's enough action there and enough intricacies to keep me entertained. But I back in high school I was really into the NBA. I remember watching, I think it was the 2000, it was either 12 or 13, one of the last times the Heat won the NBA
Oh.
championship. I
Yeah.
remember watching that game, making fun of one of my friends in high school because he's a diehard Lakers fan, always has been. And we used to get in arguments all the time, like who's better. Oh shit. Like LeBron or Kobe. And I still to this day, like as much as I love Kobe, LeBron's my guy.
Yeah.
Well, technically Jordan's my guy. Like we both agreed on that. We both think that Michael Jordan's the best.
Yeah.
Basketball
Just
player of
like-
all time. And I'll fight you on that. I don't give a shit what you say. The great, you don't talk about the great one like that. All right. Chicago Bulls, baby, '96, best basketball season of all time.
Yeah, basketball is one of the only sports that I somewhat watch. If anything else, it's football, but it's only college football, particularly, Carroll University, because that's where my brother plays, so, I get to go in person and see him play.
That's cool. I hope, like, as I know, like, football or soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but I cannot watch soccer or
I
football. Whatever you
cannot.
call it.
No.
No,
No,
I get it.
that-
Like, it's a huge sport, and like my best friend from high school, his family's from Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
They love soccer. Soccer is something that his family bleeds for. His dad played on the national Trinidadian like league
Yeah.
back in the day, and he's tried to get me into it. Like he would show me clips and stuff, and I was like, dude, it's not. It's just. I don't know. I just can't do it. I wouldn't mind, like, I suck at soccer though. I've tried to play a couple times. I'm bad. I'm really bad.
There was one time. Okay, so one of my best friends, her name is Jocelyn. I was over at her house on a normal summer day, and it was normal. It was a bit cloudy, and we were playing soccer, and we were both wearing cleats, and the ball went on the driveway, and their pavement is smooth, so so when I stepped on it, I slid, but in a split position, all right, and.
Ooh.
And I tried to land on my wrist, but I actually sprained one of my wrists really bad. And so I had to wear like a little like wrap / bandage on it for like a few weeks not in football, for basketball. And I was just all scraped up, and it hurt falling.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bro,
man.
Funky's. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's been summoned.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Well, as far as injuries go, like, I don't think I've ever like broken anything. But as of like recently, the only like real injuries I have are like pretty nasty burns from oil and shit while cooking at my job. That's about it.
Yeah, I've never actually like broken a bone, like completely broken anything. Just
Now that I
cuts,
think of it,
bruises,
like,
sprains.
The only like major injury I've ever had was like a 2nd-degree burn from like spilling ramen noodles on me. That was it.
One major injury I had is I was going tubing, and the life jacket I was wearing was my little cousin's, so it was like just above my belly button. And when we were tubing, I forgot who I was on the tube with, but he stood up and fell off. Then I stood up and I fell off like into the rope. And when they went, it wrapped around my waist, and they went. And it pulled me under the water, and it pulled me under the tube. So I had really bad rope burn from left to my belly button all the way across my back to my other side.
I think one of the scariest things for me dealing with like water was spending like the weekend at my dad's new place. This was pretty recent, like maybe a year ago. And they they have a river, and it's not like crazy rapid, but it can get kind of choppy in some rough areas. And there's like, there's like strong currents in certain spots too that you can get like stuck in.
Yeah.
So we were all tubing together, whatever, and we ended up getting like split apart. Towards it's like me and my sister, and then like my brother got like by himself, and then like my dad was like by himself, whatever. And we're all laughing and having a good time, whatever. But like, I think my sister like flipped over from the currents, and like she was stuck there. And she couldn't move, and she would have drowned if my dad wasn't such a good fucking swimmer for being in the Navy.
Yeah.
He just fucking got right in there and just fucking like got her out. But I thought I was gonna lose my sister there, or at least like she'd have to go to the hospital. But no.
Yeah. That's scary. Good thing he could swim though. I know my mom was a good swimmer.
I'm not a
She's
good
still.
swimmer. I can barely float, dude.
I'm
just
a
sink to the
decent
bottom.
swimmer. Too dense.
I'm too dense.
But,
I just sink to the bottom.
But my mom was a really good swimmer, and even at some high schools around here, she still holds records there. And she actually got like an Olympic time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she couldn't go to Olympic trials because she got pregnant.
Damn.
So she was really good, but it didn't last.
That sucks. That sucks a lot.
I mean, she said she wasn't like mad or anything.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be, you know.
Babies happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
is there anything else anyone wants to talk about? Any other topics?
Like what?
no, we already went over a few.
Okay.
Any,
You do like a
I
random
like to
topic
say- I like to
generator.
say one thing.
Yeah. If it's Berber, I swear. Oh, Bunger. I will allow Bunger,
Alright.
but Berber.
You should give Fire Dude a good 1 minute of fame and let him say whatever he wants to say.
All right, go. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Fire Dude. 30 seconds. Say whatever you want to say. It could be anything.
I'm already counting down. 25, 26. No, that over that quickly. Oh, he doesn't want to say anything. Okay.
Fire Dude's not saying anything. Just say it. Just say it.
Management code.
Just say it. You know how he's not gonna say it.
What's everyone's views on like police and police brutality?
On what?
Police and
What?
police brutality.
Oh.
I don't know what I can say because, yeah, some cops could be bad, some cops could be a bit unfair, but at the same time, I can't say anything too harsh. You know, it's not like I've been in an in-person situation or have known the whole story of anything. And like my uncle is a cop, and my oldest brother's gonna become a cop when he's done with college. So I don't know. I can't really say anything.
I know for a fact that there's good cops, but I don't feel like there's enough good cops. I feel like it's mostly bad cops. That's not to like discredit the fact that the good ones are putting their lives at risk to protect us and stuff, but at the same time, for the most part, the ones that do exist, they exist only because they're getting paid well, and they're protecting the interests of some of the most corporate elites. That's my general view on it, really. It's sort of like a soft sort of thing where it's not like this is what you're doing, but the things that they're told to do and the things that they do, especially to minorities, I feel like is just nothing but oppression, like, for the most part. I don't like American cops, to be honest with you.
I mean, the thing is, there's corruption and shit, so that's something that you will never change. Because, like,
Yeah.
humans are just made to want stuff.
Do you guys think we're just like fucked, like as a race?
Yeah.
Do you think we're just fucked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's like maybe 2% of the population is like worth a damn, and the rest is just garbage.
Yeah, I would say yes to that. To be honest, it's like.
That sucks, man. We're just like doomed
The
to
damn
fail.
aliens are just waiting for us to kill ourselves.
Like we're not gonna be able to go and like colonize space because we're too busy like fucking jerking off to hentai and like, killing each other.
I think you're the only one too, like doing that stuff, Joe.
You sure you're the one with the femboy fucking
be, like-
Garfield picture? I don't even know what that is.
Just the
We're all waiting.
It's
they
just
could
a
be,
goth
like,
femboy.
waiting to colonize a planet. The aliens just couldn't be waiting to colonize a planet, and just sprinkling little things that could like.
Hmm.
Oh boy, let's get into aliens again. Oh no.
Kill
What
Boo.
about like ghosts and like paranormal shit? Anyone have any experiences?
Ghosts
No.
are a bad, stupid idea.
Oh yeah, one day
Of
I
cops?
thought about Munger.
We were
That
talking
was
about cops earlier.
Yeah, you said did anyone have any experiences with them?
I've had plenty of experience with cops.
A shit ton, dude. My job, like I work at a gun store, dude. Our main store sells to police officers. We got a lot that come in. I'll tell you, 75% of the cops that I deal with from like the city that you and I used to live in, Joe. I won't go that high. 60% of them are not necessarily bad at their job. They're just a-holes.
Yep.
And 40% of them are really, really good.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
at least
some,
that was.
there's some really good ones out there. It's true.
I will say it's gotten better. I would say it's kind of flipped. 60% of them are really good and 40 now. But it was the opposite when I started working there. And I've dealt with cops from all over the state of Georgia. A lot of them are good-hearted people. I don't think a lot of them are bad. I think a lot of them are being presented as bad. And I don't my whole view on like any type of like incident, I wait at least a week before I form an opinion. And I look as much into it as I can. Because a lot of times
awful things that have happened to minorities.
Well, yeah, but like,
Cops
and
just
then
get,
you
like, a
boil
free
down to
pass.
like, some of it just boils down to like it's presented in a way that is not necessarily untrue, but like negates to give you all the facts.
I'm not gonna sit here and like say demolish the police, but I think we definitely need some really strong police reform.
Oh yeah, I don't think they should be like anywhere near any type of like mental health call. Like wellness checks, I don't think the cops should do that. I think if you are to abolish the city polices, you should all kind of roll them over to the sheriff's department, because like law enforcement in general is not inherently bad, but it does attract a certain type of person. I think the same thing that I believe about like firearms, I believe about law enforcement. I believe that there needs to be re-education, and like people need to just take a second and think on both perspectives. Like, one, it's a stressful job. Every day a police officer or law enforcement officer leaves their house, there's a chance that they could not make it home.
Yeah.
But then again, like, you know, some of them are there for a power trip.
Yeah.
And those type of officers I have no respect for. I don't hate all cops. I hate every bad cop.
Yeah.
Not all cops are bad, but the cops that are bad give good cops a bad name.
Yeah. I think you're right to point out the fact that they deal with some really high levels of stress, like their lives being on the line. But we also, honestly,
I've just been around enough cops to know that not all of them are bad.
To deal with America in general, because America and American people, we have a lot of ignorant people. We have a lot of really violent people. We have a lot of people that have no respect for like authority or like respect for anything.
We haven't restructured our school systems since the early 1900s. It was designed to pump kids out into factory jobs.
Yeah, and that's not the way.
Nothing's changed since the early 1900s. It's terrible. Like there's been no reform. Nobody wants to do any reform because, and I'll even boil it down to this: like one of the best human beings I know is a detective for the city you live in, Joe. I'm not gonna say it out loud because one, I want to protect his anonymity.
Yeah.
He, without a doubt, and he's a black man, one of the nicest people I've ever. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, like, I'm just giving you some background. He is, like, hands down, genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He's very personable. If we had every cop was even a quarter of a good guy that he is,
yeah, it would be way better.
The world would be different. I've taught anytime anything in the news, I ask him, like, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
He's one of the first people I ask. And the reason being is, one, very intelligent and very, very analytical and critical of bad cops. In fact, he was one of the first people that I talked to after George Floyd happened. Yeah. I asked him his thoughts. I was like, just genuinely, I want to know where you stand on this. And he was like, what that officer did is an atrocious act.
Yeah.
And like all that is just bad training. That's another problem. Like defunding is like in its own way a problem. What you're doing is cutting like funding for them to be better trained. A lot of like stuff that happens can be linked to, you know, just bad training. I mean, it's a sad fact that like one, it's a job that not everybody needs to do. I think we need to be a lot more strict with the way we go about picking law
It should be
enforcement.
a
You know,
very well paid, very like high skill necessary, like only like really experienced like veterans or like fresh out of the military, like very intelligent, strong people that are very honest and pass certain tests of like morality or compassion should be allowed to do it. But then again,
I can
like,
agree.
there's already a shortage of police and they're already overworked. So if we reduce it down even more, it's going to be even worse.
yeah. I mean, I don't. This may be like not an insanely popular opinion, but I don't see really how defunding them is gonna have a like successful outcome. I think
Yeah,
more
I-
importantly than any,
Like,
more important than anything, we just need to like have more like better training for them because I'll be honest with you, I've met people that are like cops through my job that are some of the biggest douchebags I have ever laid my eyes on. And it is a true, like, some of these people just, without a doubt, like, I don't, disgust isn't the right word, but they really make me question a lot of my personal beliefs.
Yeah.
Because they are, without a doubt, some of the biggest douches I've ever met. And then I deal with a lot of them that are like just genuinely sweet people that like they got into the job for the right reasons. They got in it to protect and serve and to actually contribute to their like community in a healthy way. In fact, one of the best conversations I ever had with this particular police officer was on that subject. I mean, like I've watched him over the years, just not saying anything. Just watch the way that he interacts with everybody that comes into our store. And he like the way he interacts with the community is one of the most like kind and healthy ways I've ever seen anybody, like cop or not, interact with the public. Like, I just wish more people were like him. He's a very, very kind person, and I'm a wholehearted believer in like being kind to everyone until like it's impossible to.
All right. Well, how about we go to a new topic? What's everyone's views on like what America did to the Native Americans?
Why are we doing all seriousness? I got a better one. What's your who's better? Jim Carrey from The Mask? Or Jim Carrey from Bruce Almighty?
The Mask was a nightmare to watch.
You better watch.
what
the,
or
the
nightmare?
Mask,
Like, like a good
the
nightmare
Mask,
or like a it's really
good and
bad.
bad because it definitely was unique, but at the same time, like what the hell were they thinking? They were
Oh,
on some
dude,
major
it-
drugs when they made that.
It's
shit.
so good, Joe. It's so good. Oh my gosh,
Should we
man.
watch
It's
the Mask or movie night tonight?
I'm not staying around for movie nights. I'll watch whatever you want.
And I don't know if I'd watch The Mask for a movie night.
Bro, it's so good though. I love it.
It's so bad.
To me, it felt like a fever dream. And I was just like,
that's
what the
that's what I
fuck?
love about it. That's what I love about it. It's a weird movie. And I'm not even gonna talk about Son of the Mask. That's one of the dumbest things
That
I've
one
ever
sucked.
seen in my
That
life.
one just sucked. That was a bad ripoff.
It was not good. It was not good, dog.
That one was just
like,
weird.
It should have never been made. I genuinely feel like it never should have been made.
Fucking Bling Blong from
um,
Planet Xanthar made that movie. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? This shit was weird.
I don't know.
Okay, wait. Have you guys seen the movie? What is it called? The Dark Crystal?
The Dark Crystal.
Yes.
It sounds
Oh
so
my
bad.
god.
It's a
that-
great movie.
That gave me nightmares. Jesus
Oh, the
Christ.
best part is Jim Henson, the guy who created Sesame Street, made that movie.
Yeah,
That's what.
but the
that's
movie
what-
is low-key terrifying.
Oh, it's a very, very disturbing movie, but I love it. I like. Then again, like I also am a big fan of Tim Burton. Like Tim Burton's done some really weird stuff, but I like that kind of gothic noir style of movie. like where it's like really odd. I don't know why. It's always been something that's been appealing to me.
Ew, what is this? Like doll shit. Gross.
Funky. It's terrifying.
You've
Look,
never seen the Dark Crystal,
I've
Joe?
not, no. It
Dude,
looks
it's so good.
The puppets are interesting looking.
Yeah, and it's got a really cool story. It's like Sarah said, it's a bit of a fever dream. Like you gotta kind
It
of.
reminds me of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with like the way the makeup is and stuff.
Oh my
Have
god,
you
that's
seen
another
Hitchhiker's-
really
that's a
good movie.
I'm gonna watch that tonight. Have you guys seen the Hitchhiker's
Alan-
Guide?
Dude, Alan Rickman in that movie, Professor Snape, dude, what a guy! What a guy!
It's a good movie. I think that's what we're gonna watch here in a bit.
He's so depressing. Like I love it. He's so sad.
He got
I
cucked.
felt
He got
s-
cucked by like fucking space Jesus.
He did. He did.
He had like two
It's
eyes.
sad.
He had like two tongues or some shit like that.
That sad little robot was so sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I'm gonna have to rewatch it
We're
again.
gonna watch this shit for movie night.
It's gonna be great. I wish I could stay. I can't.
Sarah, have you seen Hitchhiker's Guide or no?
To the
have
galaxy.
I?
Let's fucking.
Have you ever seen?
Yep, I understand. Yeah. Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. I
You
understand,
ready?
yes.
Yep, I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yep. Yes. Yes.
That's woman.
Yes, yep.
Woman speak. That's woman talk.
Wait, I got a serious question. I'm gonna judge you with how you answer.
Let's hear
What's your
it.
favorite movie from your childhood?
The first
do you want?
Transformers.
Do you want to know
The-
mine?
The first Transformers. Like,
First Transformers, Joe.
yeah.
Out of everything you
You know,
watched as a child,
Out of everything I watched as a child, my dad sent that like bootleg version of Transformers from Afghanistan while he was on tour, and some like weird like fucking white candies with like filling in them that was like really popular in Iraq or some shit like that. And I ate those weird candies and I watched that shit and it was like the best memory I've ever had.
okay, fair enough. What about you, Sarah?
Mine is James Cameron's Avatar movie.
Oh God.
Oh my god, what a terrible
Fucking-
choice.
Is it the one with
What
the
an
fucking?
you're an awful human. You know that. You're an awful human. My
Is it the
favorite movie
Airbender
is
one?
James Cameron's
Is it?
Avatar.
Is
Yes,
It,
yes, the Avatar movie with the blue people. Yes,
Oh
that
my
one.
oh,
God.
that
like
one.
that.
That one's
It's a
not
good
so
movie,
bad.
shut
That
up.
one's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I was. Had you said the
I
last
thought,
Airbender,
I thought you meant the last.
I would have. Like,
No,
cracked
no,
your
I
eye-
did not mean the last Airbender.
Oh, that, no, I know which one you're talking about. Like,
The blue
you
Avatar
know,
one is
it's
like on par with
it's
the-
visually really cool and had some really fun fight scenes. As far as like the movie goes, it wasn't all my favorite. It wasn't my favorite.
Okay, it was like really long. It was like over 3 hours or something.
So long.
That was
There's
like,
way
that was like
too
one
many-
of the top selling movies at one point before. Something
Yeah,
else.
it
Oh
was.
yeah, like don't get me wrong. It's earned its credits. It's just so long,
It
and there's
is-
too many like lulls in the movie.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And don't get me wrong, I love James Cameron. James Cameron made my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. That's Aliens. Aliens is to this day, in my opinion, the best of the franchise. Now I've gotten into arguments with my friends. Alien's one of the most terrifying movies of all time. Aliens is one of the best action movies of all
Have you
time.
read the Aliens comics?
Yes,
Some
You know,
really
I'm
dark,
pretty
fucked
sure-
up shit in
Dude.
there.
they're
I'm pretty
about
sure
to drop
next
an
year,
Alien.
guys. I'm pretty sure next year or the year after that, they're actually coming out with a second Avatar movie.
Oh my god.
No, they're never gonna do that. It's gonna be
People are
like
what is
Skyrim.
Avatar? What?
No, look.
It's gonna be like
here,
Elder
wait.
Scrolls. No, it's gonna be like Elder Scrolls 6. They're
No,
gonna keep
actually,
teasing it.
Elder Scrolls 6 is actually in a design phase right now.
Yeah, I'll
That's
believe
so
that.
cool. Cool, that's-
I'll believe
The
that. one.
design
I'll
phase
forget
for
it
it
over.
just to be Skyrim on your fucking fridge.
Hey guys, we know you guys are real. We know what you guys really want. We're gonna give you Smart Fridge Skyrim. That way you can eat that
Skyrim.
leftover KFC and play Skyrim on your fridge. That's right, guys. It's me, everybody's favorite game designer, Todd Howard.
Oh my god, is
We're
that
gonna
why?
give you-
Is that why
Howard?
Xbox
God
made the
Howard?
fucking gaming fridge? Bruh.
Do what?
Is that why
You
Xbox
what?
made the fucking gaming fridge?
I pray to God
New
that's not.
Xbox.
I know it's a real thing. I don't want it to be.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what. I will burn every copy of Skyrim that I own if I hear the words, "Hey, we're remastering this game again."
Again.
Oh,
No.
Oh yeah, cry about it.
Don't get me wrong. At the time, Skyrim was like one of the best
Yeah.
like games I've. It's earned its place in gaming history as being like a really cool, at the time, groundbreaking game. In today's age,
You going?
I don't think it deserves the same like amount of.
Okay, see, like for me though, I feel like I just love the game so much because I've been playing it since I was little. It's just like nostalgic whenever I play it. Just the same scenes, same everything that happens. Like rewatching one of your childhood movies.
To this day, I didn't answer mine. My favorite childhood movie is Tarzan, but I will always have a
Tarzan's pretty good.
I'll always have a special place in my heart for the Iron Giant.
Oh my god, that movie was low key a little bit sad.
Very sad. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
not Loki. It's very sad.
High key sad.
High key sad. In the feels right now about it.
Fun fact.
Oh.
I didn't that movie if you didn't know that.
Although
So
like for
he's
me
been
with
about family since day one. What do you mean family? I don't need oxygen. I got family.
It's a funny little Among Us book.
Did you say family?
Fucking Minecraft. Oh my god.
Let's play Among Us.
You guys want to play Among Us later?
I'll play. Jared.
Jared, would you play Among Us with us?
Hell no.
What?
The game's fun.
Please?
If you like lying and like being lied to, it's really fun.
Yeah, come on, Jared.
Why? Because I want to talk. Like if we should do a game of Among Us where we talk to each other.
But okay, but like you can't be like, oh hey, this person killed me. Like right if they kill you.
No. Like you just kind of like stop talking when you die, but you just talk shit the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, like that.
That would be fun. I'm not doing it tonight. I'll do it like later, like tomorrow.
We could
but-
maybe do like proximity chat. Isn't there a way to do proximity chat?
No.
Oh.
Damn.
No.
You
That was
just
so
you
good.
just stay in the Discord and just
It's
talk.
mod.
It's the best.
It's like high-inside mod. You need to tweak the files for it. And mobile it cannot.
Oh my god, I have a mosquito bite.
Put a hot spoon on it.
I have 2 of them.
No.
Sucks to be you.
Hot spoon.
I have like 3. I have 1 on my right leg, 1 on my left leg, and I have 1 on like my knuckle of my thumb.
Sucks to be you.
Because
Oh, Joe, did I tell you that I started watching and finished the first season of The Rising Shield Hero?
Is it good?
That's pretty good.
Have you never seen it?
No.
It's actually really cool. Like if you can make it past the rest of the series is really cool.
The second season will be next year.
I know it was supposed to come out like the end of this year, but they delayed it, which makes me really, really angry.
What I want to come back is Black Clover. Oh my god, I need Black Clover in my life.
Dude.
I remember watching like the first episode or something of it a while ago, and that was it.
Black Clover's so good. You gotta watch it all.
It's so good,
It's so
dude.
good.
I am currently on.
And he left.
On what?
I'm currently
So hyped up, he fucking died.
I'm currently watching it on.
Oh wait, he's actually gone.
Yeah.
He died. His phone died or something. Sag.
I think he just went to watch it.
I still can't believe he said that was worse.
He's
than
he's
Charles.
going to watch it right now.
What to watch?
He's like, I'm gonna watch Black Clover. Bye.
I still need to finish watching Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan's good.
No, you
shit. You
don't.
need to finish that, bro.
I'm like, oh, he's back. I'm like near the end of the 5th season. I'm on like episode like 6 or something. But I've been but I've been on it for months because I'll get like stuck on an ad and I'll get bored and I just give up.
I've already finished the manga of Attack on
I
Titan.
watched
ahead,
it in 1 week. Get out of here.
Jared,
There
you're
it is.
back.
Yeah, sorry. My Discord died. It crashed. But yeah, dude. They're on episode 159 right now, Joe. At
Of what?
least on Funimation.
Of what? Black Clover?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
starting
you're
season
still
4.
watching? You're watching the dubs?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Joe. We've talked about this. You
We
know why
did.
I do it.
I know.
You
I
can make
know.
fun of me all you want. I don't care. I'm a grown ass man. I pay my own
Joe,
bills. You can
Joe,
kiss
you're-
my ass, all right? You dirty truck. That's
Dubs, imagine.
If
why
there's like
I
an
want
anime,
to.
I
Gotta make
can't-
fun of me.
Bro.
okay. If there's an anime,
Yeah,
I like can't watch it with subtitles because I'm dyslexic, and when they move like so fast, I just can't keep up, and so I
watch
should just
it, yeah.
give up.
So
I gotta
there's
watch it
100.
English.
Jared, there's 100.
I gotta support American jobs, Joe, because I care about this country.
There's 170 episodes for
don't.
now. I don't know if they're.
I
ever gonna
don't
bring
think
it
about my
back.
country. I don't care about my country, to be honest. Like, it's
Oh.
stupid.
Mexico.
Fair enough.
I care about no country. Like, it's just-
Yeah, no, dog. Like they're bringing it back. Season 4 is still dropping episodes.
For dub, but subs. It's been done for like a month or so, I think, or like 2
Yeah.
months.
Also, have you watched ReZero at all?
I watched a little bit.
When you get later on in the series, it gets really good. I'm
Dark.
watching that. Yeah, and Dark. But I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen.
That
I'm
was a good
watching
one.
Black Clover, and I need to make myself finish Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I need to finish it too.
Attack on Titan gets whack. It gets cool as fuck though. Like, I don't know. It's
It's
definitely-
great. I'm on the last season. I'm like
Yeah, me too.
4 or
Just
5
don't
episodes.
get too attached to the characters.
Yeah.
That's
no.
it.
Oh yeah, I've never been attached to any of them.
Uh,
I need to watch Berserk.
it's all
Because I've read the
But,
manga
okay,
and I've
okay,
seen everything.
Jared, so my brother said that he started watching it and he said it was good. And
What,
then
Berserk?
yeah, Berserk. He,
Yeah, it's
he-
really good.
yeah, he said that it was good and like he read the manga and stuff for it and it was good. But when he started watching it, he said the animation was weird for it.
3D animation.
Oh yeah, because I mean it's an older show.
Yeah.
No, he was watching
I
it.
You
didn't
don't
watch it.
understand. I'm 20. I'm 25.
Yeah, my
I've-
brother's like 23.
I grew up in the age of like Zatch Bell, like weird anime. Like I remember watching, when did Yu Yu Hakusho run? That had to be in my time. 'Cause I remember watching as a kid.
Mhm.
For me, it was
but-
Dragon Ball Z Kai. When they were
Yeah,
redone.
Dragon Ball.
Dude,
I hate-
Kai. I hate Kai.
Kai was just a
I-
redub, basically. Like they dubbed
Yeah.
it before, but
Yeah.
they redubbed it to like fix some stuff and like make it more like.
Yeah, I mean, but like, no, I guess it
They made,
went off the air
they made Mr.
after.
Popo purple.
Bro, Mr. Popo in Dragon Ball Bridge is the most terrifying thing in the world, and I love it.
it.
Oh, by the way, all right, I want to like, since we're on the subject of anime, what's everybody's favorite anime?
Of all time.
Just like of all time, like your goat, your greatest of all time.
Sheesh, I don't even know.
I don't know what mine
Why
would
are
be.
you-
I haven't
mine-
watched
mine-
a lot.
If I had
Mine's
one
been
anime,
the same
if I had one
since the
anime
year
to
2008.
watch, if I had one that I could watch and only one to watch, it would be One Piece. I think.
Okay, yeah, I mean you'd be busy for a long time, so
would.
that's a smart choice.
I love pirates. I love the characters. The
I do
character
too.
designs are very nice. The
Bro.
fillers, like, I don't watch anymore because the fillers is just so annoying. But if like I was stuck on an
Oh,
island
no, I
and
love
that's
it,
all
man.
I could watch, I'd be happy because I'd have plenty to watch.
But Joe's the only one that really knows this. When I watch anime, I watch 2 shows simultaneously. Because if I watch one, especially
I
with
did not know
something
that.
as
What?
long as one, yeah,
You watch 2 shows at once? What?
yeah, like I'll watch like I'll break it up like 5 episodes each. So like right now I'm watching Black Clover, and I'm also watching.
Oh, I thought you meant like at the same time. I was like, how the?
Oh heck no, I can't do that. I'm talking like I've told you like I watch simultaneously like right now I just caught up on like Demon Slayer and I'm about halfway through the movie.
I
But
need to
right
finish
now-
watching Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's the
Right now-
best anime of our time.
Oh, dude, it's not the best anime of all time.
It's of our
It's
time.
a great anime.
Demon Slayer.
Of our time, son, Jujutsu Kaisen has a better story and, in my opinion, cooler animation.
It has cool
Demon
animation,
Slayer's
but I
great.
think Demon Slayer is way more artistic.
Artistic, yes, but
Yeah.
as far as like the story goes, I like my
Demon Slayer's story
alright,
could use a little work. It's kind of cliche, but at the same time, like it's
Oh,
a very
dude.
good like
it,
shonen
but it's
cliche.
not really. I don't even think it's cliche. It's very quaint. I like it a lot. I mean, I think the 3 animes that I love in the current run that I'm
You broke
Oh,
up again.
he died.
still
Bye.
watching and have not like I would probably never wow that I'll probably like never walk away from is Doctor Stone, Demon Slayer, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
They're
I love them.
For me, honestly. It was the
I
first
love
season
Dr.
was
Stone.
so good, but then the second season just got so boring.
What
It
show?
has its aspect, Doctor Stone.
Yeah.
I still love it though. But then again, like it's just my love of the show is like really high. I understand that. I felt that way about Attack on Titan. It took me a long time to finish Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan,
I
like,
kind of did
got
what Keegan
repetitive,
did.
but like the later seasons, like the final season, got.
I did
really
what Keegan did.
interesting.
It's like when they finally finished the series, yeah, last season's great. The rest of it's just eh. And like an anime like Tokyo Ghoul is only good if you skip most of the second season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just ignore almost everything in the second season, and you'll be fine.
Just watch
Just
the
watch,
first
like,
season. That's it.
First season, the last little bit of the second. I like the third. The third was cool, but the first is the best, especially when he fights Jason. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But all right. Let me phrase that. My Hero Academia, Doctor Stone, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I still love Food Wars. I think Food Wars is hilarious.
Dude, the fucking
I've watched all the episodes of Food Wars.
my fucking
so good.
coworker he's practically about to become the next chef if he stays here, but I think he's gonna be moving to a different restaurant. But he's a very experienced cook. He's like the biggest weeb though. The entire time I was talking to him yesterday, he was showing off his like Japanese forged fucking knives, and he was like, "You need to watch Food Wars." I was like, "Oh my god."
It's really good. It's a good show. All right, so but my favorite of all time, and I don't give a shit what any of your opinions are on it. You can suck my dick. It is the best anime in my opinion, but it also has the worst ending of all time. Any anime I've ever watched. That is Soul Eater. I love Soul Eater so much. The reason being, that is the anime that got me back into anime.
Yeah.
So around 2004 or 5, I fell off anime. And then I started just one time I'm over at my buddy Cameron's house, Joe knows him, and he's watching Soul Eater, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." I got my first iPod Touch, and I found all the episodes online. And I was like, heck yeah. I binged it all, and I loved it. And then I got so mad at the ending. And a year ago, I went back and rewatched it just because I hadn't watched it in a while. And I got so mad again because it's the dumbest ending of all time. It's so open-ended. It irritates me to death, but I love it. You got fun characters. There's not a character I hate. They're just characters I don't like as much as the other ones. You got cool characters like Dr. Stein. Amazing. The best character of all time, His Holiness Death the Kid. I love the fact that one of the most OP characters is big weakness is symmetry.
What?
That's hilarious.
Have you watched what is it? Devilman Crybaby, Jared?
Yes. It
The
is
ending?
so
Okay, no,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Literally, everybody was saying, "Oh my god, it's so sad," and I started watching it. I was like, "This isn't sad at all." And then we got to the very last episode at the very end, and I was like, "Jesus fuck, dude."
yeah, it's a tough one, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Fairy Tale's another one I really like a lot.
I can't stand Fairy Tale. Sorry,
Why do you hate Fairy Tale?
it's just boring.
It is.
I'll tell you what though, one of my favorite older animes of all time is Hellsing Unlimited.
That one's
The
super
first
edgy.
one's
Oh my god,
what? You don't like Hellsing?
it's edgy as fuck. I mean, it's funny because it's super
I
edgy.
don't care.
But
I don't
it is,
care.
it is good for
It's
its own
great.
reasons. I'm not saying it's a bad anime. It's just super edgy.
No, it is. It's 100% edgy. But there's two things I love. I love the abridged more than I love the actual anime. But I thoroughly enjoy the anime. I was a huge fan the first time I watched it, and I've just been in love with it for a long time. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has one of the most satisfying like runs of all time. I feel like Fully Cooley. I'm looking at my Funimation right now. Fully Cooley, without a doubt, is a fever dream, and I don't know if it actually exists. I want to believe it does. I don't know.
I think one of the most artistic and like complex animes I've ever seen was probably like Monogatari, like the whole series.
Mhm.
It's really artistic and very interesting, but I don't know. It's
Dragon Ball. Here's an unpopular opinion. Dragon Ball Super is not as good as Dragon Ball Z.
oh hell yeah.
No, that's totally popular. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super is like a good show, but
Not nearly as good as Z.
Not as good as
No,
yeah.
no. And they underutilize everything. I feel like
Dude,
Super
when-
Saiyan
when
Blue,
when Goku went Super
was
Saiyan 3, that
pointless.
was the most intense shit ever.
It was.
dude.
Yeah.
The entirety of like the Boo saga.
That was so good.
What's your favorite saga? I'd say Frieza is like the best villain, but I don't think the Frieza saga is my favorite. I'd say probably like the Cell saga is my favorite.
Bro, Joe. The most long 5 minutes in entire life. Like, what the fuck? I remember watching BBC, like, in freaking Cartoon Network, and it was like, sits.
Yeah, no, like after like it was like the childish show went and it was like Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I would like watch it and I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Dragon Ball Z was the shit.
It
Yeah.
was, it was so fucking good.
I'll sometimes I'll just like pull up like Super Saiyan transformations and be like, damn, this was like a fucking peak moment of
What do
humanity.
what do you think about like the fan bases of them? Most of them suck.
Bad.
People watching
Yeah,
anime
most-
are pretty awful. So like us, we're awful.
Maybe.
FBI is coming for us, dude.
Pretty much.
Maybe.
Where's
Jared,
Jared going?
Jared he keeps accidentally leaving or something. Trying to see if I can get it back
what's
in here.
going on? What about Bunger?
I'm a bunker,
Yo, can you think of Bunger?
I can't add him for some reason.
Yeah, because you don't have the Bunger though.
I'm gonna delete
You
you.
already got the Bunger, man.
He
What is he doing?
join and leaves.
There we go.
You good, Jared?
He's dead. He died.
So,
Oh no.
If you say Bunger
Oh,
again,
well.
I'm kicking you out.
Nah.
you
He
said
will.
Bunger is fine. Going
Oh.
back in your word now.
Yes.
Pee-pee.
Boo boo.
He changed his mind and he's able to do that because he's the owner. And
Yeah,
fuck
that's
you.
kind of cringe, man.
It's cringe.
And he leaves.
Damn.
Jared's
having
Jared's
some technical
dying right now.
He's having some
Yeah, that's
technical
what you get for not
difficulties.
letting me say Bunger.
Okay, yeah, Funky, you need to watch Devilman Crybaby.
I do. I saw the trailer for it. It looks really interesting.
Okay, it's like low key cursed, but it's so good. Okay, like it seems kind of like boring, but once you get at the very end, oh my god. Like literally last episode, last few minutes of it, oh my god, that shit hits so hard.
Well, I think we had a good podcast. Probably
What's
gonna
this
end
in
the
the
podcast.
podcast?
It was just us talking, really, but that's kind of what this podcast is. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Saying random shit. Yeah. I
It's
agree.
just conversating. I mean, we
Among
go over
Us.
topics and stuff.
I just like
Among
talking.
Us.
Among
It's
Us.
refreshing because we always just need to do shit.
Yeah.
Among
Yo,
Us.
Among Us?
Among
This
Us?
is really good.
No,
I know how to play
Among
Among Us.
Us.
I'm gonna
Among
end the
Us?
stream now. Just so we can have this VOD, and then if we want to stream something else, I don't know. I'm probably just honestly
won't-
getting ready to fucking play some shit. I don't know. Let me
For,
see if
like,
Owen's
okay,
active, 'cause- let's see.
Okay, no, for
Oh.
the
Owen said you should
For-
be home in 30 minutes if she's trying to make it to the podcast. I guess we can keep the podcast going.
for the no, okay,
No.
okay, no, Funky, for the
Yeah,
podcast, what you gotta do, like for like
Yeah,
YouTube and stuff, I have to
set
like the
up,
background of like just someone playing Minecraft, you know, and then just subtitles, and each person's just like a different color, so you know
We
they
could
can
do
listen.
that. We should
and
have,
just
like, a
see
vanilla-
someone play
vanilla
Minecraft.
Minecraft where we just do stuff on there like while we play.
Yeah,
Like,
and
we
then
do, like,
and then just
D&D while we play, and then like do like podcasts while we play.
yeah, and then add
I mean, no,
subtitles
let's
with
get
like
out topics.
add color coded ones.
We can have like a little room where we like sit down and talk or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. The thing is like some people have Bedrock, some people have Java, and like the people who have Java don't have Bedrock. The people who have Bedrock don't have Java. So it's
I like
Okay,
Java
okay.
more.
I'd be able to play Java. I just don't have it. But then if I get Java, then I won't be able to stay up late playing it.
Yeah, because family PC.
hmm.
That's sad.
Java's better though.
Java's
is
pretty
better.
cool.
Yeah.
You can do modded and crap. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that way we can play Bed Wars and shit. Well, let me see. Let me text Owen real quick, see if he's
Owen's late for podcast.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, man. Where's Keegan? He's died. Keegan just died. Okay, sorry, dude.
What?
What mod patch are we in now?
What?
Mama. Oh, my card.
I mean, yeah.
Talking about mod pack? Alright.
Yeah, why not?
Let's play Skyfactory, right?
Okay.
Trying to fucking make an enemy system. That's fucking cringe.
But Joe doesn't like it, and it's quite annoying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he plays Overwatch anyways.
Huh?
He plays different games.
Hmm.
Oh, we should have something. Mod pack everyone likes.
But we should do like random like events or shit like that, you know, like just mini games and shit.
Alright.
Yeah, because SMPs are not good if you have like an actual motivation to play.
I'm back. I have
He's
watermelon.
back.
I'm simply just vibing.
God damn it with the watermelon. I want some.
Well, then
Got
just listen to
some.
this.
What?
Oh, Funky. If you look in pets, there's another picture of Rex.
Ooh,
Oh, rats. Oh, no.
Pog. I love
Cry
pets.
about it.
Send pet pictures, please.
I already did. I already
Alright.
sent 2 today.
Doggos.
Create
Doggos
the
in
pet
jail.
picture.
They ran away on a rainy day on the highway. What?
What?
Your dogs? What? You ran?
Oh, yeah. Okay, no. So they ran away and they went across the highway and it was like pouring out. And my oldest brother had to run after them in his bare feet in all the mud just to get them.
What happened to Keegan? What?
Keegan?
Yeah, he just left.
He's still in the server.
You mean Jared?
Oh,
Oh, no,
Jared.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jared.
Jared left.
Jared just died.
I DM'd him. He's already typing. He says Discord crashed again.
Oh, that's
As
sad.
he's typing on Discord?
Yeah.
That's kind of sus, bro.
Anyways.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Beep boop boo.
Shut up.
What do you always see?
Pee-pee
anyways?
poo-poo check.
Yeah, I'm ending the stream with the
Anyways.
pee pee poo poo check. Because that was
Pee-pee
just
poo-poo
evolving down to
check.
just nonsense. So, I had a good stream.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone for joining. Good
Yeah.
No.
You're not welcome.